The other piece that I had related to handbook, and it's been 2 years since we looked at this, so I thought I would bring it around again for you to update. And this relates to extracurricular pay. In the past, this had always been a negotiated item, but right now it's the only piece that needs to be negotiated with teachers union is the base wage increase. So basically, if you look at the different positions that have a green highlight next to them, for the most part, those are a 1% increase from where they were. So in other words, like the basketball coaches at Fox River, it was at $2,100, and so, it bumped it up 1%, an extra $20. The biggest piece, as far as an increase is concerned, is if you look in the middle of the page, there's a summer music assistant director. Basically, just for sake of conversation, so you have a deeper understanding, Joanne Nelson coordinates the whole summer music, so she would be the summer music director. And then we've got Emily and Kristen, the other band person and the orchestra person, who support Joanne's work, and so they would be the assistant directors. And I increased their piece just by $50. The other increases are 1%, except for the activities director, which I bumped it up $100 from where it was, just because the amount of work that it takes, it was worth much more than a 1% increase. The last piece, which is highlighted in that magenta pink down at the bottom of the page, this particularly pertains to groups more so at the elementary level, but I know Darlene had one last year. And I just labeled them student interest groups, and what those are, folks, is if an elementary school wants to have a science club, or they want to have a walking club, or a sewing club, or something like that. Typically those clubs, they had always been approved and there's always participation, but the stipend for those was always linked to the base pay, is 1% of the starting wage. And I would like to get it taken away from linking it to the base pay and just have a flat stipend. And so the recommendation then is to have that at $365 for every 10 sessions. So those are the updates that I'm proposing, first to the employee handbook and then secondly to the extracurricular stipends. That would be forwarded then to the full board for action, along with the student handbooks as well later this month.